beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am going to be doing a monthly product overview, and I wish I could think of a more catchy title or just something that makes sense. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know, like how should I title these videos, what should these videos be called. But basically what I'm going to be doing is talking about all the products that I tried last month, all the new products I've tried last month, and kind of giving a general overview of my thoughts on the products, just to let you guys know what I've tried. Mostly as I'm sure I've used in videos, so you might have seen them throughout the month. There might be some products that I have not yet used in videos, so I just want to be able to have one place where I share and let you guys know all the new products that I've used and kind of give you guys a general overview of my thoughts, maybe first impressions. Some of them might have a little bit more than first impressions, but at least just letting you know my thoughts on these products. And if you want to learn a little bit more about them, you could always ask me some questions, but this lets you guys know what I'm trying and my thoughts. I mentioned that I was going to start doing this in a recent video I filmed, why I don't do favorites videos and why I'm quitting reviews. If you have not seen that video, I'll have it linked in the eye. Definitely check it out. But I'm gonna go and start with this since we are in the first week of October, at least as I'm filming this. It is the 4th. I'm not sure when I will put this up, but hopefully I'm gonna try to do it ASAP. That way I can just go over some of the products that I've tried in September. And there might be a couple of these actually that I've tried even before that, but this that I maybe have not mentioned on my channel yet and I want to include here. And so I want to try to make this a monthly thing. So instead of doing reviews, instead of doing favorites, instead of doing things like that, I just want to tell you what I'm using and give you a quick general rundown of my thoughts on them. And if you want to know more, you can just ask me, or if you want to see them used more in future videos or whatnot, you know, you guys have all the information about what I'm using and things like that. So I'm not going to keep trying to explain it because I don't think I'm doing a very good job and I'm just rambling on. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So there's actually a lot of stuff in this box that I have, a lot of palettes. So I'm just gonna kind of, I think I'm just gonna start with the palettes first and we'll go from there. So up first, I'm just picking randomly. I've got the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette. I received this in my BoxyCharm box. I do have a video tutorial using this palette and I shared kind of my thoughts there, but if you have not seen it, definitely check it out if you are curious at all. But just briefly, really quickly, I will say I thought this was a very nice palette. I didn't have any issues with it. I know a lot of people did have issues with it, said it was chalky, didn't perform, and I said in that video, but I'll say again here, I don't know if part of that was just because this kind of came out in BoxyCharm like and during the time when there was a lot of issues and drama going on with Laura Lee, if that's why people were saying it was bad, or if it genuinely just really was bad, or there were different batches. But I will say this swatches chalky. Like if you were to finger swatch it, it is chalky, but performing on the eyes, no issues. I created a beautiful look. It was easy to blend out, very pigmented. I like the palette. So yeah, my thoughts are I like it. I thought it was a good palette, and this is leaving out my opinion on Laura and all that stuff, all the drama. This is completely like, with all that aside, this is just speaking on the makeup. I liked the palette. Next up, I tried the new palette from Stilazzi. This is their Spellbound palette. They recently came out with 2 new palettes. This one, the Spellbound palette, and then the Stellar palette. I did receive both of them, but I gave the Stellar palette away. It was much more of a cooler tone palette, and I don't see myself using it, so I did do a giveaway in that video for that palette. But I kept this one. I've only used it the one time. I will link that video if you guys want to see the look I created with it and hear my thoughts on how it worked. But first impressions of this are I really like it. I want to create more looks with it and use it some more, so stay tuned for that. But first impressions of it are really good. I really think it's such a pretty, like, I love the colors in this palette. Really, really beautiful. Next up, I have some shadows from NBA Cosmetics. You can buy like these little palettes, or this is kind of a big palette, but from NBA they have a quad one and then this one, and it's really cute with this Dream Big Sparkle More Shine Bright palette. And I have let's see, can you see? They're probably not going to show up very well here. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to capture on camera. But they recently came out with their new Chroma Lust eyeshadows, which are their like multi-chrome shifting shadows. They are stunning. I have all the shades, even some of the shades that have not been released yet, because they are still deciding which shades they're going to keep and which ones they're not going to keep. But I did receive all of them, and I have been loving them. I do have 2 tutorials already up using the Chroma Lust eyeshadows, so if you want to see them in action, I will link those videos as well. But you guys already know how I feel about MBA Cosmetics. I don't have to say I love MBA Cosmetics. I think it's so cool they've come out with these Chroma Lust eyeshadows. I definitely think if you're into that like duochrome, multi-chrome kind of a shadow, check them out. I'll put swatches up here just so you guys can get a better look at what they really look like. They're stunning. Highly recommend. I do have a discount code with them, AgapeLove15 will get you 15% off your order anytime, every time you make a purchase. So yeah, those are just some new shadows I tried last month. Up next is a new palette that you guys have not seen me use here on my channel yet. It is still fairly new to me. I have not created a complete look with it, but I've been playing with it a lot. I've shown, if you're following me on Instagram, I've been showing the kind of like what I've been playing with on my Instagram stories. Maybe I'll put it in a highlight and I'll link the highlight or something, or try to put like still shots here so you can see. But this is the September Rose Slush palette. I purchased this myself. I believe it's a UK brand, so it took a while to ship to me, but it's this gorgeous like pastel rainbowy palette. It is beautiful. I don't know if you could see, but oh my god, I jacked it up because I was playing with it. I had it sitting on my dresser, and I don't know what I did, but I must have hit it or something and knocked it. It was gonna fall off my dresser, and I went to catch it so it wouldn't fall. I was so worried about it falling and breaking, so I just grabbed really quick and gouged, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 shadows, 5, 6 of the stinking shadows, and jacked my nut, but it's fine. Anyways, I don't know if I said, but I purchased this myself. I saw it all over Instagram. So many people were promoting it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that palette's so beautiful. I've never heard of this brand, so I wanted to give it a try, and bought it. My first impressions so far are like, I am really impressed. I really want to do a tutorial with this palette soon, but I just can't decide what I want to do. That's why every time I play with it, if you look on Instagram, I'll do a look on this side and a different look on this side, just playing with all the different shadows so far and seeing what I really want to do. But I can tell you right off the bat, I'm very impressed. Each of the matte shades are so pigmented and apply very opaque, but they also blend well. They're very soft, they're very just smooth and just easy to work with. They're just beautiful. I've been having no issues with them whatsoever. They're just stunning, and so I'm really excited to create a look with this. If you guys want to help me out and tell me like of these like colors, like what do you want to see me do? I don't know what I want to do as my official tutorial to share it with you guys, but I would say I would recommend, if you're looking for a you know, kind of rainbow pastel palette with a lot of bright mattes, this is really good. I can't remember the price I paid for it. I'll put the information on the screen because honestly I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do think this is a great palette. I've never tried anything else from September Rose. I've never heard of them before except for on Instagram, so I don't know if anybody else is more familiar with this brand, but just from trying this palette, I'm really impressed. Alright, up next is the Urban Decay Elements palette. That's actually what I have on my eyes today. I did film this tutorial. I will have that up probably after this video. I want to get this video up first, but if you are curious about this tutorial, stay tuned. That's coming. I do actually already have a kind of overview with swatches and my thoughts on this palette up. So if you haven't seen that and you're curious to learn a little bit more about my thoughts, I will link that. So I'm going to keep this brief. I also have another tutorial of this using this palette too. I'll link that as well. I don't think I'll be able to link all, will I be, how many things can I link in the eye? I'm not sure. If it's limited, I'll just put links in the description box. So look there for all the videos that I mentioned, that I'm mentioning here in this video. Gosh, I cannot think. But I think this is just really quickly, I think this is okay. It's not a terrible palette. It's not bad. It's just okay. And I'm just going to leave it at that. If you want to have more details on my thoughts, check out those other videos. Up next, we have the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Vault collection. I did purchase this myself. And I actually, there's still one palette that I haven't tried. I've tried all of them except for the red palette, which I can't remember what that one is called. Oh, Ring the Alarm. That's the only palette I have not yet tried from this collection, so I still need to do that. But I can just say right now, like, I considered doing a dedicated video for this, like a review and my thoughts, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to say what I want to say here, and just say that I'm just going to say I think I am disappointed in these shadows, for the sole reason that because I don't have the original big Jaclyn Hill palette, but everybody raved about that palette. Everybody said that palette was amazing. They couldn't believe the quality. It was just so good. You know, so many people recommend that palette. I didn't get that palette just because the color scheme didn't really speak to me, as well as I don't really love the giant palettes like that, so I wasn't really wanting to get it. But the Vault collection, I love that there are 4 smaller palettes. I love the color story of all the palettes. The eyeshadows, the shades themselves really spoke to me, and I just thought that they were really beautiful, so I really wanted this collection. And since it was supposed to be the same quality as the original Jaclyn Hill palette, I just thought, okay, this is perfect. I love the price point. I love the colors, so I was really excited and really had high expectations of these shadows and things like that because of everybody's review of the original palette. And so since I don't have the original palette, I cannot compare and say. I think a lot of people are saying that these are not the same quality, and so I can't really say one way or the other to that, but what I can say is that based on what everybody was saying about the original palette, these shadows are not that great. They don't live up to what I expected them to be based on what everybody said about the original palette, if that makes sense. I've talked about this. I do have one video up already using one of the palettes, and I also have several looks on my Instagram account using the other palettes and things like that, so you guys can check back there. Maybe I'll try to link all of them if you want. But anyway, so if you want to see a tutorial using the green palette, I think it's called Dark Magic, yeah, I do already have that, so if you're looking for more, about that, you could find that there. But I will just say that that being said, even though I'm like disappointed in the my expectations were not met, that being said, I don't regret getting the Vault. I do think it was a good price. Like, the price point for all 4 of those palettes, I think it was still good. I'm not mad that I got it. I think that if I hadn't got it, even regardless of the negative reviews or the mixed reviews, I think if I hadn't purchased this, I would still find myself wanting to have it. I would still have that maybe FOMO, and just that desire to want to find out for myself if these are as good or as bad as people are saying, because like I said, the reviews are mixed. A lot of them are really not great. So I don't regret getting them. I think the price is good. I do wish they were better quality, but I also at the same time don't think they are terrible. I don't think they're awful palettes, but they're just not what I was expecting. Yes, people can argue that, like, well, what do you expect when you're only paying $15 for a palette? And while that can be true, I don't think that's necessarily always true, because there are palettes that are much more affordable or the same exact price point as this, that perform way better. I'm thinking of like the Milani palettes, and even like the Wet n Wild palettes and things like that. There are really affordable quality palettes that are, I would say, perform quite a bit better than these ones. So you don't necessarily have to be like, what do you expect for the price? I get it, they are cheap and they are like cheaply made, but at the same time, I just had higher expectations for it. But I'm not mad about it, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that does make sense. Is it like oxymoron-ish for me to have those two? Like, I'm disappointed, or it didn't meet my expectations, but I'm not disappointed. I don't know. See, that's why it's hard for me. Like, I can't make a full video because I'm just kind of going around in circles. I'm glad that I got them. I do think they're lovely palettes, but they're not great palettes. I would say, like, the price point that they are all for in the Vault collection, I think that's a good price point. I would definitely not have paid more for these. And that's That's really all I have to say. The last palette that I have to share that I tried last month is the Smashbox Cover Shot Petal Metal palette from, that was the collab with Vlada. Now this is not a new palette at all, but it was new to me. For those who have not yet seen, I did do this really cool, really fun, like classic makeup swap unboxing, but with like a little twist. We got products for our full face and unboxed it, as well as put it on our face for a video. And it was also a collab with I think there's 5 of us total, so 5 girls, and we each kind of swapped with different people. It was a really fun collab. If you have not seen that video, definitely check it out. I'll have that linked as well. But this was one of the palettes, or one of the items that I got in my swap, and you're gonna see the rest of them in this video as well. So it's kind of gonna if you haven't seen that video yet, it's gonna kind of ruin the surprise of what's in there. But if you want to hear more of my thoughts on them, you can go, I want you to refer to that video, but I just want to mention them here and then refer you to that video to check out more of my thoughts and just see them in action as well. But anyways, Katie from My Vanity, or Lady Katie here on YouTube, she's the one who sent me products. And I will say that I do think this is a lovely little palette, a very much so neutral palette, but I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more to develop more of my thoughts. But I did have some kind of thoughts that I share in that other video. So again, just referring back to that one. Whew, goodness, I find this so long-winded. Okay, now I have 3 new primers. The first one is this Laura Mercier foundation primer, Hydrating. This is another item that I got in my makeup swap from Katie, and I have only tried it just the one time in that video, and first impressions were I really, really liked it. You could hear more thoughts in that video. Next up is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizing Primer, and this I got in a BoxyCharm box, and I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, so this is one of the products that wasn't new last month, but I've had it. And then I had used it, I think, for about a couple weeks that month that we got it, and I actually really, really like it a lot. I do feel like it does give like a nice illumination, but almost like it's not, like once you put foundation on, like that goes away. So I don't really ever get like luminizing primers unless you're just using it alone, and I don't know. Anyways, it does give a nice luminosity, and so I did like that. I like the consistency of it. I'm just going to show you right here. It kind of looks like this. So it's a little bit like somewhat flesh tone, like a very light flesh tone, but blends in like this. Let's see if the shine will kind of like, I don't think you can really see the shine. But anyways, it does give like a subtle luminosity. It's almost like a lotiony type of primer, so it doesn't have like that like thick silicone feel that I don't like. I do feel like when I wore this and used this, my foundation lasted longer and just looked really nice. So I actually really do like this primer. I want to continue using it. I just, funny, I had like been cleaning up or was doing something where I was putting some stuff away, and I put this away somewhere, and like I couldn't find it for the longest time. So that's why I never really used it on camera or mentioned it. But I was cleaning up my office today and found it again. I was like, yes, I love this primer. I really do. Well, love is such a strong word, but I really, really liked using this primer a lot, and so I want to keep using it. Next up is another primer that I received in a BoxyCharm box, and this is the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. It's a lustrous lavender hued priming filter powered by luminescence that preps, perks, and perfects the complexion. I'm actually almost out of this, and I've been using this a lot as well. I just think, let me put this on to remind myself what it is, because I didn't use it today. So here it's like a purpley. This is again another one that's like a lotion. It has a little bit of brightness and luminosity to the skin. I do feel like, again, this is another primer that when I wear a foundation, I feel like it helps my foundation wear a little bit longer, wear a little bit nicer. And so I've really been liking it. And so, but I'm almost out. It is a little bit more fluid than this. It's not really fluid, but it's thinner than this. It's a little bit more of a thicker formula. So I've kind of gone through it pretty quickly, but I do really like that. Next up, I have a new foundation that I tried last month, and I feel like there's another new foundation that I tried last month, but I was looking through all my stuff, and I'm like, no, there must not have been a new foundation. It was just this. I don't know. But if I remember it next time, I'll have to put it in another video. So anyways, but this is the brand new IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Oil-Free Matte foundation, and I did do a first impressions and wear test video with this foundation, and so I will link that if you want to see that. But I did continue to wear this. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. I used this a lot last month, and really put it to the test, and actually I had wanted to, I said this in that video, that I would do an update review of this, and I just never got around to it, but I figured I'll just mention that here, that I really like this, and I feel like it performed even better than the first time when I did that video in wear test. I've been really impressed with this. There was a video I filmed that I never uploaded because it was just kind of a mess, but I cried in that video, and I was wearing this, and I remember looking at my face and was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like this is waterproof, sweatproof, cry-proof. It doesn't say that it is, but I feel like it is, like, because I was crying and my makeup did not mess up or really even budge, and this is the foundation I was wearing. I can't stop these darn tears from overflowing. Oh, but hey, wow, it's like rolling right off this makeup. That's impressive. I used Beauty Junkies products today. And I didn't even use setting spray. Oh goodness. Yeah, and the foundation I'm using is the new IT Cosmetics Matte CC Cream. So maybe it's the foundation, I'm not sure. But I did that, and then I used the Beauty Junkies contour palette to do the powder on my face, and I didn't even use setting spray. I'm like actually impressed. Random little insert there. Wow, that is like rolled off like it was waterproof. Also, I did do a little video, maybe I'll insert it here if I can, but I posted a video on my Instagram with an update after using this. I had used this, actually let me look because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so I'm just going to read this here really quick, so here you could read it on my Instagram, but I said, I've been testing out the new IT Cosmetics Matte CC Cream, and the day that I wore this makeup, which was on Saturday, because I had posted this later, I was out in the sun in, so it was 90-degree weather for 4 hours straight, being a football mama. It was a little humid too, and I thought I would have sweat my face off. I almost regret even wearing makeup that day, thinking I'd look a mess. Like literally I was like, why, Maria, did you wear makeup when you knew you were going to be out in the sun for 4 hours? Like why'd you do that to yourself? Anyways, but so when I got home, I looked in the mirror and I was shocked to see everything still practically perfect in place. I have another photo here. So the second photo shows the time I had been wearing the makeup for 7 hours at that point. Third and fourth pics show with a flash and then natural light. And then I have another post that I posted earlier where my makeup was freshly applied. I'll try to insert all those pictures here and things like that, but that really impressed me. So I have been really liking this foundation, and so yeah, those are my thoughts. I would recommend, especially if you get oily, especially if you sweat or cry, I don't know. But that's my experience with it. It's really good. Okay, next up I have some mascaras to share with you. Up first is kind of a duo. I'm on the Covergirl, I was gonna say Cover Effects, the Covergirl PR list, so I received these in PR. These are their, I believe, new, it's the Covergirl Lash Blast Amplifying Primer. I used this today actually, and then their Flourish Lash Blast Mascara, which looks like this. I have done a video using these, and I like them a lot actually. I love that this one's, I just pulled it out and put it back in. It's like kind of a thinner one. It's like one of those like flexy kind of rubber ones. I really like it. I feel like you can get a good definition, and I love that in a mascara that really separates and gives you definition. And looks really great. It doesn't do the best for like adding length, but you can get volume using it if you're using it with the primer and stuff like that. It's a good combo. I can wear these alone, but I actually really love using these two in addition to like a thickening or a thicker mascara. I think this is a great like companion mascara to something that'll give a little bit more volume and a length, and then use these to like to give you more definition. So I really like them. Next up, this is not one that I tried last month, but I just found it again. This was with my primer. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I'm like, oh my god, there's where that went. I couldn't believe it. It was like tucked away in this little box somewhere. Anyways, but this is the Ciate London Wanderwand mascara. It has, if I remember correctly, a hourglass kind of a shape. And I remember really liking this mascara. I feel like it gives good volume and length and curl as well. But my issue with this is that I noticed that it flaked off quite a bit. Like I noticed by like at the end of the day, or I don't even know how long it'd been like that, but when I looked in the mirror, there was like mascara flakes on me. So it kind of flakes. And so that's kind of a bummer because I really like the results this gives, but I don't like that it made a mess on my face. So anyways, then I have the Rimmel London Scandeleyes Retro Glam Mascara, which has a ginormous wand. It's also that hourglass kind of a shape. This is another item that I got in my swap collab, so you can see how it looks and wears there, but I was really impressed with this. I think it does an amazing job for your lashes. It really does give like some glam lashes. And the only thing is that because the wand is so big, it is a little bit difficult to use on the lower lashes, so you might need to use it, be really careful, or use a different mascara for your lower lashes, but that's a really great mascara. Speaking of lashes, I did try a new brand of lashes. I used these in my Stilazzi palette tutorial, so you can see them in action there, but these are from Vita Cosmetics, which, as I mentioned in that video, is a brand, a woman-owned brand, Latina woman-owned brand that was started by my friend Alicia, and I'm just so proud of her. She did send me these to wear, and I have another pair that I've yet to try, but first impressions of these, they're really beautiful. They have a glam looking lash, but they're actually pretty lightweight and feel very comfortable, and I'm just so proud of her. She did give me a discount code. I can't remember what it is on the top of my head, so I'll put it here on the screen. It's not an affiliate code, it's just a discount code. I believe it gets you 20% off, so if you want to check out her brand and her lashes and support a woman-owned, small, independent business, Latina-owned business, definitely check her out. I'll have her linked in the description box as well. And then I have some more eyeshadow type kind of products that I tried last month. And these are the Flower Beauty Warrior Glitter Shadows. And I purchased 3 of these. I believe I purchased them on Ulta. I think that might be the only place you can get it. I'm not quite sure, but that's where I purchased them. They are like $10. They're kind of expensive, but I think like in comparison to something like the Stila glitters or whatever, it's more of a dupe. It has a really cool looking wand. It's a very precise pointed doe foot applicator. I'm going to swatch these real quick. I think these are so beautiful. I haven't used them as like a full eyeshadow like over my whole eye. I've only used these 2, and I use them in as like kind of a glitter liner effect. And this shade Camo is the one I used with my tutorial for the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette, so you could kind of see it in action in that video. But anyways, it's so funny. These colors actually look very much so Halloween-esque. But here's what they look like. They're really beautiful. So far, first impressions, just using them kind of as a glitter liner, I really like them, but I'm really excited to use them some more. So the colors I have are Poison, which is that purple shade, Camo, which is that green one, and then Flame, which is this orange one. And I think they're really beautiful, and I'm just really excited to use them some more. But first impressions are I really like them a lot. Moving on to some skincare items, I got this new cleanser from Derma E. This is the anti-wrinkle cleanser with vitamin A and glycolic acid, which are really great ingredients for anti-wrinkle. And so I always get so weird about like saying my thoughts on cleansers. Cleansers are really hard to like say like this is amazing, because you know you really use them just for such a brief period of time, that like on your skin for like a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and it's I don't know, I never know what to say. I mean, about a cleanser, I think for me it's just weird, because I feel like, well, most all cleansers are good as long as they're washing my face and getting the stuff off. I don't have any problems with it. But I mean, obviously I do like that this has those kind of anti-wrinkle ingredients in it, and so obviously I'll maybe have more to say about it once I use it some more and use it up. We'll see what I think, but yeah, it's a good cleanser. Not to sound weird, like I really love Derma E products. It's just I just don't know how to talk about cleansers. So next up is another item that I've actually been using in my skincare, and it's actually an essential oil, and it's this tiny little guy, and it's the blue Tansy essential oil from Doterra. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed. I am in love with this. I do plan to do a video talking all about this oil and how I've been incorporating it into my skincare and how it's improved my skin and all that. I just like, I can hardly contain myself with my excitement over this oil. Now this is a very, very expensive oil, but if you are familiar with what Blue Tansy is, you might recognize it. It has a lot of really great benefits, but it is in a lot of really high-end, very expensive skincare products, like Sunday Riley, I believe, is one of them that I know it's in. It's in a lot, but those it's in high-end luxury skincare that costs usually close to $100, and this oil itself is close to that price as well. But there's just something to me that I find more valuable about having the actual oil itself and being able to create my own kind of skincare with this without a bunch of other fillers. And so to me, to have this oil was really, really worth it. And I've been loving it because what it has done for my skin, like, blows me away. And I am gonna kind of just leave it at that because I, like I said, have a video planned that hopefully I'm gonna be able to film today and we'll have up later, telling you about my experience of this and how I use it and a little bit more about it and why it's such an amazing skincare ingredient. So I just wanted to share that real quick. That's something new I've been using. All right, I tried a few new brow products this month. The first one is, well, actually, let me just say, because I don't have it, I cannot find it. This is, again, something else is happening to me. It is the, gosh, I used it in a recent video, so I'll refer to it there. I don't have it now because I looked all over, I can't find it. I'm so disappointed. But I really like it. It's the, okay, it's from Maybelline and it's the Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I'll try to stick a clip in here and then link the video I used it in, but I've been using it quite a bit the last month for this kind of really natural feathered looking brow, and I really, really like it. And so I wish I can find it. I don't know what I did with it. But anyways, additionally, I also purchased this from Maybelline. It's their Tattoo Studio brow tint pen. I got the shade soft brown, which I kind of feel like maybe I should have gotten a little bit of a darker shade, but this one does okay. And basically it's like, I'll insert a picture because I don't feel like zooming in right now, but it's like this pen with like 4 little prongs. Let's see if I can like swipe it on here. No, I can't because see, oh, maybe I can if I go a little bit. No, okay. So I want to really like this. The idea is really cool. It's kind of, like I said, it's got those like prongs, so you could kind of like create like, almost like it's like a pen and pin in brush strokes for your hairs. Except for I've only used this, I would say 5 times, and already it's not like coming out. I mean, it kind of does if I really press, but if I really press hard, then you don't get the fine hair strokes. Like you're getting just like a thick, almost like there's no individual hair strokes. So I'm kind of disappointed in that fact that it's like kind of like dried out already. It's kind of a bummer because when I did use it, I actually liked it quite a bit. I felt like it gave me a really cool looking brow. I have this picture, which I'll probably insert the close-up on the screen here so you can see of it in action. I use this along with the brow fiber gel to create this kind of like feathered brow look, and I really, really love the way that looks. But this just kind of like stopped working after 5 times of use, which kind of sucks. So I wouldn't recommend this. It's a bummer. I wish it worked a little bit better and still gave that those precise lines, but it's like dried up. So and then I have a couple more brow products. I tried the Profusion brow palette. This is another thing from my makeup swap, and I think it was nice. It was okay. I didn't really have any like issues with it, but I kind of don't see myself reaching for it a ton just because I love my brow power powder from It Cosmetics. It just works the best for me, and I don't imagine switching it up. But if you're looking for kind of like affordable option of a brow powder palette, this was pretty nice. It's got like this primer, and then it's got the like highlight shade, and then 2 different brow shades. The primer I didn't really understand. I didn't really get it. I did use it in that video, but I was like, I don't get it. And then it also came, because it came in like this little set I have here with a pencil as well. I didn't try the pencil yet. But it also came with this brow gel, which was a nice brow gel as well. I might reach for that, but I also like just love my Brow Power Pomade, which is a brow gel as well from IT Cosmetics, and so I just don't imagine I will stray from those because I love those so much when at least when I'm getting that powdered precise look, not the feathered brow that I've been trying. So yeah, I don't know, these were okay. You could see them in action in that video, but I don't know if I'll keep reaching for them or not. I haven't quite decided. Oops, I'm just saying that I had another pair of lashes that I tried I should have included earlier, but anyways, these are the Vegas Nay Golden Goddess lashes, and I thought those were really nice as well. I didn't realize they to me didn't look like they'd be super dramatic, but they're pretty dramatic lash. You can see me using these in my makeup swap video as well. And then also I tried the NYX matte liquid liner. This has a really thin, very like precise wand, and I love how it dried down really matte and like really opaque, but at the same time, like I had a hard time with this because I much so prefer for like wing liner or just liner in general a felt tip pen, so I did have a little bit of trouble with this. But if you are into like a brush, you know, liner like this is a really good one. I think you would like it. NYX is usually pretty affordable, so this is Katie's very favorite liquid liner, so it's a recommend from her. And so that is something I tried, but it's intimidating to me. So moving on, I just have a few more things. I have some lip products that I tried new this month. This is the Buxom Pillow Pout. It's a creamy plumping lip powder. So it kind of looks like this, not kind of, this is what it looks like. I don't know, I always say kind of. It's got this little kind of pillow soft applicator. The product is in the cap here, and I used this in a recent video that I have posted. What is it, my last tutorial? Let me look. I feel like maybe it was a I think it's my when did I use this? Oh, that video's not up yet. That's why. Okay. It's in a video that's, I'm not sure when it will be posted. If it's posted already, I'll link that video. If it's not, it's in my face-off challenge that I did with Danielle Schmidt. I'm not sure when that video is going up in comparison to when this one will go up, but I used it in that video, and I really like it. It's a very interesting concept with it being kind of like a creamy powder. But anyways, this color that I tried, Cozy Up, is a really beautiful, like kind of Your Lips but better kind of color. I thought it looked really beautiful. It goes on super thin because it's that creamy powder formula. So it's very lightweight, you don't feel it, and it just stays really nice on the lips. I don't know, I really liked it. It's a really cool lip product. And then I also have this from Butter London that I tried this month, and it is in the shade Fired Up. This again is in my makeup swap video, so you can see it in action in that video. I really like this lipstick as well. Now I just have 2 more items and then we're done. So lastly is a blush and highlighter palette from Profusion. I don't know if this has a shade. It just says Blush and Glow. It looks like this. Got this in my makeup swap as well. This is definitely, I would not call this necessarily a blush palette because these are just so shimmery, which I'm not against that. I love a good shimmery blush. But it's more so very highlightery. So it's kind of like I would say maybe a light blush topper, but I don't think I would use it again as blush alone. But these as highlights are bam, stunning, like seen from space. You are glowing, your face looks dewy, almost wet, kind of a highlight. They're really beautiful. I know that's not for everybody, but I thought it was stunning. But if you're looking for that, this is awesome for that. And I think Profusion is like a pretty affordable brand if I'm not mistaken. And lastly is a product that actually wasn't just new last month. I've had it for a couple months, but I don't think I've ever really mentioned it. And this is from Model's Own. It's their Glow For It Illuminator Drops. This is the shade, what is the shade? Girl Crush. So it's kind of like this pinky mauve or taupey and it looks like this. These are really, really pretty. I don't necessarily like, and I'm sure I've said this before somewhere on my videos, I don't necessarily like or go for liquid highlighters that often. Sometimes I might mix them with a foundation and for a really glowy look. So I don't reach for them that often, but I've actually been reaching for this a lot actually to mix in with my lotion or moisturizer for my body. So if I really want like a shimmering or glittery look to my arms or legs, I've been loving this with that. So that's kind of how I've been using it lately. That's why you don't really see me use it on my channel, is because I use it on my body and I don't do like body stuff on my channel. But it's beautiful for that. It gives like such a pretty shimmery glittery glow to the body, and it stays in place, at least in my experience. I'm just mixing it with my lotion and applying it, and it stays on my body all day, and it makes me feel pretty and like a sparkling golden goddess. So yeah, I've been really liking it. But anyways, whew, I think I need to stop and get some water. I'm getting parched. I've talked a long time, but that is everything, at least everything that I remember that I've tried new for the month of September, and my kind of quick overview and thoughts on those products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful and informative, hearing just a little bit of my thoughts on each of these items. If you want more information about any of these items and I don't have videos on them, just feel free to leave a comment letting me know. If you want to see me use them, any of these items some more in upcoming videos, let me know that. But definitely be sure to check out any of the videos that I have mentioned and have linked, where I talk more in depth about these products and things like that. So, you know, it could be the most beneficial for you. Anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!